The center fielder from Canisius College, number 25, Mark McKenna.
Hello, good evening, and welcome to Damaski Field in Oneonta, New York. Sorry for the delay. Had trouble with the internet. Hope it stays on for throughout the game. Mark McKenna leads off. The first pitch, he fouled up the line. And the second pitch, he takes way outside for ball one. Mark McKenna, the left-handed hitting center fielder tonight, went 4 for 6 with 4 RBIs in the marathon loss last night in Elmira, the 1-1. Takes off the plate. He's ahead in the count, 2 balls and a strike. Starting for Oneonta, it's Ryan Smith, a left-handed junior from SUNY Cortland. The 2-1 to McKenna. Gets the outside corner. It's a called strike. The count is even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. The rest of the lineup after this pitch to McKenna. The 2-2. Almost nicks him. The count goes to full. Ryan Smith wearing number 1, usually wears number 6 for the Outlaws. McKenna takes ball 4, and he will draw a walk. So you know McKenna leads off. After him, it's Graham Hackbart, the designated hitter, batting second. Hunter Wells, switch hitting third baseman, batting third. Batting fourth, playing first, Will Olaka. Batting fifth, playing right, Over Torres. Batting sixth, behind the plate, Jonathan Parker. Batting seventh, playing second, Christian Orr. Batting eighth, playing left, Wei Chi Chen. And batting ninth, playing short, Michael O'Connor. The leadoff man, Mark McKenna, walked. That'll bring up Graham Hackbart. Had 2 sack bunts last night, squares to bunt, and this one's going to get him. He's going to reach base on the hit by pitch, and the Pilots have their first 2 base runners on here to start this game. None. And that'll bring up Hunter Wells. The switch hitting third baseman, he'll bat from the right side. The perfect game league leader in sacrifice bunts, digs into the plate with the corner infielders in. Here with runners on first and second and nobody out. Squares the bunt, pulls it back. Fastball missed inside. Count goes to 1-0. Wells, the future Louisiana Tech Bulldog, transferring there from Tyler Junior College in Texas. Ryan Smith, the lefty, deals. Swinging this time, goes to right. The right fielder, Brundage, over, makes the play. No tag from McKenna. And there's one away. So the bunt sign was off on a 1-0 count.
The cleanup hitter from the University of Virginia,
Wells pays the price, and he flies out. That'll bring up the first baseman tonight, Will Olaka. Started behind the plate in the marathon game last night. Went 1 for 6 with 2 runs batted in. Olaka will rock the no batting gloves look. It's the first start from Smith for Oneonta this year. Olaka takes out of the zone, counts 1-0. Will be representing the Newark Pilots in the prospect game in Amsterdam for the Western Division on Tuesday. The 1-0 inside, counts 2-0. Has runners on first and second, that's Mark McKenna and Graham Hackbarth. McKenna reached on a walk, and Hackbarth was hit by a pitch. The 2-0, grounded to short. Shortstop, gloves it. 1, return throw to first. Not in time. McKenna beats it out, so it's a fielder's choice for Will Olaka. And it's too late.
The right fielder from Yavapai College, number 3, Over Torres.
I'll bring up Over Torres, right-handed swinging right fielder. Going to be participating in the home run derby on Tuesday night. Pilots come into tonight 11-26 on the year after losing in Elmira last night 18-17 in extras. They've lost 2 in a row. Runners on the corners, 2 outs. First pitch to Torres, way inside. Has to back out of the way. Counts 1-0. Oneonta comes in also in the cellar of their division. They're 9-22. Runners lead off the corners. The 1-0 to Torres. Grounded. The shortstop will step on the bag at second to retire the side. So Ryan Smith walks the first batter and hits the second. Then a fly out, a fielder's choice, and another fielder's choice ends the threat. No runs, no hits, no errors, and 2 men left on base. We played a half an inning here at Damaski Field. Newark nothing, Oneonta coming to bat. Welcome back to Damaski Field here in Oneonta, New York. Pilots got their first 2 runners all the way to third. Runners on the corners. Those both runners were stranded. Had trouble with internet before we started, but just before the first pitch from Ryan Smith, the lefty for Oneonta, we got it working. We're here in the bottom of the first, and the big left-hander for the Pilots, Chris Vitale, ready to toe the rubber. He will face an Oneonta lineup here. Benjamin Dubis leads off. 26 for 96. He has a 271 batting average. He will bat from the left side, the designated hitter, from Alvernia, against the left-handed pitcher Vitale. Expect this to be a bullpen roulette game for the Pirates. Vitale expected to go once through the lineup, and then all relievers / position players the rest of the way. Vitale from the windup. First pitch, strike 1. Vitale beat Geneva on Monday night at their place. Picked up his 3rd win, which ties him with Kyle Griffin for the team lead. From the windup, the 1-strike pitch. Popped into center field. McKenna started in. Now will take a few steps back to his right. He'll find it. He'll glove it. And he will make the play for out number 1. So Benjamin Dubis retired. Got to bring up Ian Fair from Northeastern, the shortstop. After him, it's the center fielder, Michael Brown. Batting 4th, playing 2nd, Stone Pellegrino. Batting 5th, playing 3rd, Matt Sula. Batting 6th, the right fielder, Benjamin Brundage. Batting 7th, playing behind the plate, Greg Sachatali. Batting 8th, playing 1st, Connor Wazelnak. And batting 9th, playing left, Dorian Jenkins. First pitch to Fair, lined into center field, but not so fast, cut off by Mike O'Connor at short for out number 2. So Chris Vitale working quickly here through the first 2 batters. You've met Mark McKenna in center and Mike O'Connor at short, resting the defense left to right in the outfield. Shem, McKenna, and Torres. Left to right in the infield, Hunter Wells, Michael O'Connor, Christian Orr, and Will Locker. And catching Vitale, it's Jonathan Parker. Alaka and McKenna, the only starters who started last night in the lineup tonight. First pitch to Michael Brown, going to be representing the Eastern team in the All-Star game on Tuesday. Digs in. First pitch to him, missed. Counts 1-0. Swung on and missed, fouled back. We're even at a ball and a strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes, or 1 ball, a strike, and 2 outs. To the center fielder from Dartmouth. He steps out, asks for time. 1-1 pitch missed low. Counts at 2 balls and a strike. Vitale working to Michael Brown has gone. The first 2 batters retired easily. The 2-1 from the windup. Outside, Brown checks his swing. It's a pitch out of the zone, and the count's 3 balls and a strike.
Want me to go down there with you?
Swung on and missed at the 3-1.
All his job is to get the bat.
And the count's full to Brown.
Yeah, he doesn't bat. His job is to get the bat after they go.
He's 30 for 100, batting average exactly at 300 for the Oneonta Outlaws. Vitale from the windup, the payoff pitch. Grounded to first. Alaka will field it. He will take a step to his left and step on the bag for out number 3.
Somebody get the bat now.
Vitale goes 1, 2, 3 here in the bottom of the first inning on just 9 pitches. He played 1 here at the Master Field in Oneonta. No score. As the Pilots head back out for the top of the second. When they take their swings, it'll be a 0-0 ball game. Chris Vitale throws just 9 pitches in the bottom of the first and gets Oneonta to go 1, 2, 3 in order. That'll send up Jonathan Parker, the catcher for the Pilots. He's 22 for 87, batting .253 on the year. He'll be followed by Christian Orr and Wei Chi Chen. First pitch from Ryan Smith, bounced, ball 1. The 1-0. Bounced again. Now goes to 2 balls and no strikes. Left, right in the outfield for Oneonta, Jenkins, Brown, and Brundage. Left, right in the infield, Superoff, Fair, Pellegrino, and Wazelnek. And catching is Sacratali. Parker takes inside, and the Pilots catcher is quickly ahead in the count, 3 balls and no strikes. Sitting in the stands here underneath the press box at Ganaski Field, the 3-0, taking all the way, ball 4. It's a 4-pitch walk to start this second inning, and the Pilots have a leadoff base runner for back-to-back innings. That'll bring up Christian Orr, right-handed, hitting second base. Didn't start last night, but played a huge role in last night's outcome. Scored the tying run, the 16th run in the top of the 9th to send the game into extras. And then for a moment drove in the go-ahead run to go up 17-16. Pilots would eventually lose 18-17 last night in Elmira. Ward takes inside a first pitch for strike 1. He's 13 for 48, batting .271 after starting 0 for 23 on the year. The youngest Pilot Swings at the 1-strike pitch. He's quickly behind the count. No balls and 2 strikes.
Down the river. Where you going? Nope, come back up.
Smith looks over at first and fires the 0-2. Bounced, blocked by Citrelli. Counts a ball and 2 strikes.
Franklin Thomas.
Smith comes set, now deals. Letter high fastball misses. Count goes to 2 balls and 2 strikes. Christian Orr. Parker leads off of first base. Being held on by Wozniak. 2-2 pitch is bounced, and Orr has worked this count full. See if Parker goes on this full count. Pilots looking to have the first 2 base runners on for back-to-back innings, and they do. Ball 4 outside in the left-handed batter's box. Christian Orr works a walk. It's the 3rd walk through the first 7 batters for Ryan Smith. The Pilots have runners on first and second for the 2nd straight inning as Wei Chi Chen comes up. Wei Chi, he's just 5 for 21, batting .238 on the summer campaign. He'll dig in, runners on first and second. Third baseman Sukarov comes in even with the bag. First baseman Wozniak in on the grass. Squares the bunt, gets it down, but foul. Now it's 0-1. Christian Orr leads off first. Jonathan Parker off of second. Both reached via a walk to start this inning. It's the 3rd walk Ryan Smith has issued. He's also hit a batter. Chen squares the bunt, pulls it back as he takes way inside. Has to kick his back foot out of the way. And we're even at a ball and a strike. No score here at Damaski Field, top of the 2nd. 0-0 score seems way unfamiliar after the 35 runs scored in the game last night. Smith goes inside again as Chen squares to bunt for the 3rd consecutive pitch. Pulls it back and takes ball 2. First baseman, by the time the pitch gets to Chen, basically at the plate already. 3rd baseman stays back. The 2-1. Pulls it back again. Smith goes inside again, and he's in danger of walking the bases loaded to start this inning. Wei Chi Chen wearing number 11 on his back, all the way from Taiwan. His 2 Taiwanese teammates, Po and Wong, both appeared in last night's game. The 3-1 squares the bunt again, pulls it back, and takes a called strike on the inside corner. The same spot as strike 1 to Christian Orr. Chen not happy with either himself or the call. Either way, the count is full. There's nobody out. The payoff pitch outside, and the bases are loaded. 3 straight walks to start this top of the 2nd inning, and the Pilots are in business. As the number 9 hole hitter, Michael O'Connor, comes up to the plate. O'Connor, batting just .207 on the year. He's 6 for 29. But he has a .489 on base percentage. He's walked 16 times. He's driven in 5 runs and scored 6. So he has 6 hits and 16 walks. And he has the bases full of his teammates here in the top of the 2nd. Takes a first pitch strike, counts 0-1. Bases full of Pilots. The corner infielders are in, middle infield is double play depth. The 0-1. Taken letter high. Missed, counts even at a ball and strike. 3 straight walks to start this half inning for the Pilots. 4 walks on the night from Ryan Smith. The 1-1. Gets the inside corner. O'Connor falls behind, a ball and 2 strikes. The 1-2. Low. O'Connor has an even count. That was the 34th pitch. 23 have missed the zone. Now on the 35th pitch, 24 have missed the zone. And the count is full to O'Connor, who has still not swung the bat. And Smith is in danger of walking in a run, appearing in his first game of the summer. The 3-2. Strike three. O'Connor down looking for out number one. So after 3 straight walks, O'Connor is retired. His 13th strikeout of the summer. And there's one away as Mark McKenna steps up. The big RBI man last night, he had 4 in the loss. Ranks him 3rd on the team behind Alaka and Battaglia. He takes inside for ball 1 as the home team Oneonta will have a mound visit. Ahead of the 1-0 to McKenna. Bases are full of pilots. It's Chen, Orr, and Parker first to third as a righty beginning to warm in the Outlaws pen. 4 walks thus far and a hit batter, and then a strikeout to O'Connor from Smith, who, after struggling through the first 3 batters of the inning, just a ground ball away from getting out of this one. Mark McKenna up. Although McKenna's speed from the left-handed batter's box, tough to double up, has grounded into just 1 double play in 87 at-bats this year. It'll be a 1-0 count to him. Reached base 5 out of his 7 plate appearances last night. Walked his first time up tonight, the 1-0. Grounded up the middle. The shortstop will step on the bag. He will fire to first wide. So it's a fielder's choice and should be an RBI from Mark McKenna, and the Pilots lead 1-0. Parker comes around the shore on the fielder's choice. Orr moves up to third. McKenna takes over at first. Got to bring up Graham Hackworth.
Here's 16, Graham Hackworth.
So the return throw just a little wide from the shortstop Fair extends the inning for Hackworth. He takes inside, strike 1. Hackworth was hit on the first pitch of his at-bat. It is an RBI for McKenna. So he breaks his tie with Torres, and it's his 16th RBI on the year, just 2 behind Alaka and Battaglia. 1-1 count now to Graham Hackworth. The 1-1. Bounce. The count goes to 2 balls and a strike. Pilots designated hitter tonight at the dish. The 2-1. Grounded slowly to Fair. He will take it on an 8. He will just beat McKenna to second base. Almost beat that one out. A little laziness from Fair getting to second. But either way, it's out number 3.
Thanks everyone for not for being in the ballpark tonight.
We head to the bottom of the second. Pilots have a 1-0 lead. Chris Vitale back on the mound here in the bottom of the second. He'll work to Storm Pellegrino, Matt Sukharoff, and Benjamin Brundage. First pitch, strike one. His team got him a lead in the top half of the second without the luxury of a hit. Loaded the bases on walks, a ground out fielder's choice from McKenna drove in the run. His 16th. Pop up the other way on an 0-1. Past the diving glove of Alaka down the right field foul line. And Pellegrino quickly behind in the count, no balls and 2 strikes. So Parker, Orr, and Chen all walked. O'Connor struck out looking. McKenna had the fielder's choice, which scored Parker. And then Hackbarth had a ground out fielder's choice to end the inning. No balls, 2 strikes, nobody out. Storm Pellegrino at the dish. The 0-2. Way outside, a waste pitch from Vitale. Count goes to a ball and 2 strikes.
Always got the lot of it. I like that shirt you got on.
Vitale
They're for
working
sale over there.
from the windup. He's appearing in his 13th game. Count is now 2 balls and 2 strikes to the leadoff man, Pellegrino. 4 previous starts, he's gone 26 innings, 20 hits, 21 runs, 16 earned, 12 walks, 22 strikeouts. He's 3-1 with a 5.53 ERA. And the count is now full to Storm Pellegrino, the second baseman for the Outlaws. Strike 3, Pellegrino down looking for out number 1 here in this second. So Chris Vitale has retired the first 4 batters in order tonight, his first strikeout. And there's one away. 1 run on the scoreboard, still no hits in the ball game. Pilots have 4 walks through the first 2 innings. Vitale drops a breaking ball in front of Sukharoff. Counts 0-1. Third baseman from Binghamton University. One of 2 Binghamton players in this lineup. The 0-1. Lined foul into the Outlaws bullpen. And like Pellegrino, Sukharoff quickly behind in the count. No balls and 2 strikes. He will step off ahead of the 0-2 from Chris Vitale, the Pilots lefty. Pilots rocking their powder blues, the 0-2. Swung on and missed, strike 3. Vitale blows a fastball right by him. And there's 2 away here in this bottom of the second. That'll bring up Benjamin Brundage, right-handed swinging right fielder from the University of South Carolina.
Next up, number 3, Brendan.
It's Brendan, not Benjamin. He digs in against Vitale. First pitch, lined into left. This will send Chen over. He will dive and he will make the play for out number 3 in left. Thought that one was going to be trouble off the bat of Brundage. Wei Chi Chen goes into a dive to rob him of extra bases. Vitale will wait on the mound as Chen heads back to the dugout. Vitale gets his 2nd straight 1-2-3 inning. He's retired the first 6 batters we faced. We head to the top of the 3rd when the Pilots take their swings. They'll see a 1-0 lead on the scoreboard here. Oneonta. Welcome back to the top of the third inning. In the bottom of the second, Vitale struck out the first two batters, then a great diving play in left field from Wei Chi Chen to rob the right fielder Brendan Brundage of a base hit. Ended the half inning. Vitale has retired all 6 batters that have returned to base. In the top half of that inning, the Pilots got their first run on a Mark McKenna ground out, and now a new pitcher for Oneonta.
Here's number 2, Hunter Wells.
Cal Lawrence. So the switch hitting Hunter Wells, who batted from the right side his first time up, will now bat from the left. Against the righty Lawrence, working from the windup, wearing number 22. First pitch misses low, counts 1-0. Wells flew out to the right fielder his first time up. Ryan Smith goes 2 innings, no hits, an earned run, 4 walks, hit a batter, and struck out a batter. 1-0 missed outside, counts 2-0. Lawrence in his 8th game. He's started 5. He's gone 30 2/3, 49 hits, 31 runs, 21 of those earned. 5 walks, 17 strikeouts. Wells goes the other way, pops it up. Sends Jenkins back. He finds it, he gloves it, and makes the play in left for out number 1. So Wells comes up from the right side and pops out to right field, comes up to the left side and pops out to left field. And there's 1 away, and that'll bring up Will Locker. Lawrence, 5 walks, 17 strikeouts. He's 1-1 with a 6.16 ERA. Alaka grounded into a fielder's choice his first time up. First pitch from Lawrence, popped up the other way. Wozniak back, Pellegrino back. The first baseman, Wozniak, makes the play in foul territory for out number 2. So 2 straight pitches out of the zone to start this inning, then back-to-back flyouts from Wells and Alaka. Most quickly 2 away. Lawrence has thrown just 4 pitches in the first 2 batters. That'll bring up Over Torres, right-handed swinging right fielder for Newark. He will step in wearing number 9 on his back. Cal Lawrence working from the stretch. First pitch swinging, pops it the other way. Counts 0-1. Torres wearing number 3 on his back, not number 9. Number 9 is Poe, last night's catcher. 3-0-1. Rounded slowly to fair. He will charge it. He will fire across the diamond from short to make the play for out number 3. So the Pilots go 1-2-3 here in the top of the third. We head to the bottom half. Pilots lead it 1-0 here in Oneonta. Satrial, Wazanek, and Jenkins here, 7, 8, and 9 against Chris Vitale. He's retired the first 6 batters he has faced tonight. First pitch, upstairs, ball 1. Satrial, the catcher from Binghamton. Vitale back on the mound. First pitch, or the 1-0 swing, is Satriali. He fouls it back. We're even at a ball and a strike. Vitale wearing number 6 on his back. Usually wears number 26. Has thrown just 21 pitches. Make that 22, and the count is 2-1. $14 balls, 8 have missed the zone for the Pilots southpaw. The 2-1. Fastball lined into center field. McKenna will charge. He will play it on a hop. It's the first hit of the night and the first base runner for Oneonta, and they have a man on to lead off his bottom of the 3rd. That'll bring up Connor Wazelnick.
University number 14, Connor
Wazelnick, as they say it here. He's 3 for 31 with an 0.97 batting average. See if he's bunting. He squares, he pulls it back and takes an inside strike. We've seen that inside strike being called through the first 3+ innings here. Working from the stretch with the runner on first. Looks him back now. Fires high. Wasn't that scared, the one pulls it back. By the time the pitch gets to Wasilnik, Hunter Wills at third, basically already at home plate. Trying to get a good jump on the ball. The 1-1. He squares the bunt again, pulls it back again. Vitale goes inside. Similar to what Ryan Smith was doing on the Pilots' bunt attempts, just trying to jam him inside. Tries to jam Wasilnik there. And it missed. Now it's 2-1. To Connor Wasilnik. Gets it down now. Parker will field it. He will fire to Alaka covering first for out number 1. So a successful sacrifice bunt moves Satriali up 90 feet to second.
From Alabama Huntsville, number 24, Dorian Jenkins.
So a successful sacrifice for that 2-3 put out, Parker to Alaka. That'll bring up Dorian Jenkins, left-handed swinging left fielder from Wofford, with a runner on second. Wells stays in on the corner at third. A drag bunt by Vitale fields, looks the runner back to second, now fires to first. So bunting for a hit there is Jenkins of the drag variety. But right back to the sure fielder.
Back to the top of the order, number 18, man.
Left Vitale off the mound. And there's 2 away. So back-to-back bunt attempts for outs number 1 and 2. Both Pilots lefties on the mound are very good defensively. Kyle Griffin made a play in the field last night, and Vitale just made that one for out number 2. It'll flip the lineup back over for Benjamin Dubas. He moved out to center his first time up. Lefty-lefty matchup. First pitch, strike 1. Jordan Miller beginning to throw in the Pilots' pen. Time called by Dubas ahead of the 0-1 from Chris Vitale. Working from the stretch. Swung on and missed. Pitch gets away from Parker, but not far enough for an advance. Dubas is quickly behind in the count. No balls and 2 strikes. From the stretch, Vitale steps off ahead of the 0-2. He looks in at Parker, who gives him the sign. The 0-2 to Dubas. 2 outs. The pitch. Breaking ball. Just off the inside corner. The count goes to a ball and 2 strikes. To the designated hitter, Dubas. Left-handed swinger. Ian Fair waits on deck. Vitale hoping he does not get up. The 1-2. Off the outside corner, and we're even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Add the 2 in the out column, and there's 2s across the top of the scoreboard. Dubas has driven in 12 on the year, has an RBI opportunity here. With a 2-out man in scoring position. Vitale comes set, looks back, now deals. Letter high fastball misses, and the count is full.
Come on, get ahead.
So payoff pitch upcoming. First 3-ball, 2-strike count of this inning. Vitale comes set. The payoff pitch popped back out of play. If not for the protected net that was heading right towards me, probably would have made the barehanded play. The count is full. The payoff pitch. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. Dubas down, swinging for out number 3. So a leadoff single is stranded at second. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 man left on base. We played 3. When the Pilots take their swings in the top of the 4th, they'll look up and see a 1-0 lead here from Damaski Field in Oneonta. Parker, Orr, and Chen here in the top of the 4th off of Cal Lawrence. This trio all walked against the starter, Ryan Smith, who has since departed. Cal Lawrence pitched a scoreless 1-2-3, top of the 3rd. In the bottom half of the 3rd, Chris Vitale allowed the first batter to reach all the way to second, but then got the next 2 men out. Jonathan Parker digs in to the right-handed box. The catcher from The first pitch. Ball one. The catcher from Jones County Junior College going to be transferring to Louisiana Tech, so one of three future Bulldogs in this windup. Jordan Miller throwing now in the Pilot's pen. Parker takes strike one. Not sure if that means Vitali's night is completely over or not, but the 1-1. Check this swing. Home plate umpire going to say he went around. Parker quickly behind the count. No balls and 2 strikes. In the windup, Lawrence, the 1-2. Check this swing. A little bit of an excuse me swing from Parker. It lands foul. There's a ball and 2 strikes. One ball, 2 strikes. The leadoff man in this inning, Jonathan Parker. From the windup, Lawrence, the 1-2. Lined foul. The other way, we'll do it again. Parker comes in 22 for 87 on the year. It's a .253 batting average. Christian Orr waits on deck. The 1-2. Hits him. Tried to spin out of the way from it, but just nicks his left shoulder. He'll head down to first. And the leadoff man is on for the 3rd time tonight for the Pirates.
Number 4, Christian.
So Parker behind in the count 0-2. Lawrence tries to get that inside strike call. Goes a little bit too far inside, and Parker reaches for the 2nd time tonight. The 2nd batter to be hit by a pitch. The first was Graham Hackberg. First pitch to Christian Orr swinging. Pops it back. The first baseman, Wasonik, will give it a look. It will land foul. Counts 0-1 to the Pilots' 2nd baseman, Orr. Lawrence comes set, working for the first time from the stretch. The 0-1. Orr squares to bunt. Offers at it, but missed it. And he's quickly behind in the count. No balls and 2 strikes. The 0-2. Grounded to third. Under the glove of Sukharov. And Orr is going to reach. We'll see how they score that one here at the Maskey Field. They give a Sukharov error or a base hit. If it's a hit for Orr, it's the Pilots' first and his 14th.
Here's number 11, Wei 10.
Still no word on what they're going to give. And they're going to give an error. So an E5 allows Christian Orr to reach and allows Parker to move up. Chen squares the bunt. This one just rolls foul. Counts 0-1. Reach on hit by pitch and an error. And then Chen trying to bunt them over. Error was on Sukharov. The 3rd baseman. That's his 4th error of the year. The 0-1. Squares the bunt, pulls it back, and takes outside. We're even at a ball and a strike. Pilots still without a hit here in the top of the 4th, but they lead. Counts 1-1 on Wei Chi Chen. First baseman all the way in as Chen has already offered. The 1-1 gets it down. Wazelnik will field it. Only play is at first to the second baseman covering. So it's a successful sacrifice, 3-4 put out. There's one away. That'll bring up O'Connor. Orr and Parker both move up 90 feet to scoring position. O'Connor struck out looking with the bases loaded his first time up, so he'll come up for the second time with runners in scoring position. Infield in for Oneonta. First pitch from Lawrence, a fastball for strike one. O'Connor has yet to lift the bat off his shoulder thus far tonight. The Pilot shortstop. It was Chen's second sacrifice bunt on the year. The 0-1 to O'Connor. Grounded up the middle. This is going to be a run. It's an RBI ground out to the shortstop Fair. Scores the Pilot's second run of the night on the RBI from Michael O'Connor. That'll flip the lineup back over for Mark McKenna, who already has an RBI ground out of a result. The RBI for O'Connor is his sixth. McKenna, who's driven in 5 in the last 2 days, pops this one up to center. Sends the center fielder Brown back. He finds it, he gloves it, and he makes the play for out number 3. And the Pilots add another one, still without the luxury of a hit. No runs, no hits, or 1 run, no hits, no errors.
Don't forget to visit the Outlaws
Head to the bottom of the 4th. New pitcher for the Pilots. It'll be Jordan Miller when we get back. There was, in fact, an error in that last half inning. It was a hit by pitch, then an error allowed the first 2 batters to reach. A sac bunt, an RBI ground out, and a fly out for Mark McKenna. So 1 run, no hits, 1 error, and 1 man left on base. After the Pilots strung together 22 hits and 17 runs last night, they've scored 2 runs in the first quarter without the luxury of a hit. Funny how baseball works sometimes. Bullpen roulette time for the Pilots. Pitching coach Bennett Schultz will spin the wheel. It lands on relief pitcher number 14. That's the birthday boy, Jordan Miller. He digs in, making his 10th appearance of the summer. By tally goes 3 innings, allows a hit, and strikes out 3. The first batter that Miller will face is Ian Fair. First pitch swinging, pops it up. McKenna over to his left. He will find it, he will glove it, and he will make the play. It's a one-pitch out to Jordan Miller. Here are his numbers. 10 and a third, 16 hits, 25 runs, 21 earned, 18 walks, 5 strikeouts. He's 0-2 with an 18.29 ERA. It'll be bullpen roulette the rest of the way for the Pilots. That'll bring up Michael Brown. Center fielder from Dartmouth, going to be representing these Outlaws in the All-Star game on Tuesday. First pitch from Miller. Off speed inside, counts 1-0. Michael Brown grounded out to Alaka at first base to end the bottom of the first, the 1-0. This is high. Counts quickly 2-0. From the windup, the 2-0. Fastball gets the plate. Miller fires one into the strike column. The count's 2-1. Brown steps out, now steps back in ahead of the 2-1 from Jordan Miller. Here it is. Breaking ball just off the inside part of the plate. And the count's 3 balls and a strike. To the center fielder, Brown from Dartmouth.
No, we're not sharing.
It'll be a 3-1 count. The pitch. Low ball forward. Brown works a walk. It's the first Pilots walk surrendered tonight. And Oneonta has a 1-out base hit. So it took Chris Vitale, or it took Oneonta 6 batters to get a base runner off Chris Vitale. It takes them just 2 off of Jordan Miller. A 1-out walk to Michael Brown, and that'll bring up Stone Pellegrino. Struck out looking his first time up. First pitch swinging, pops it up to center. McKenna ranges over to his right, makes the play. We're out number 2. So a walk sandwiched in between 2 flyouts to McKenna in center, and there's 2 away. As Matt Sukharoff steps up. 15 for 81 on the year, batting 185. So below the Mendoza line. Has Brown on first, being held on by a locker. First pitch is bounced, counts 1-0. Newark will have 2, 3, and 4 in their lineup. In the top of the 5th. Miller throws over. Not in time as Brown back in safely. Brown has stolen 13 bases. There he goes. Throw down by Parker. In time to end the inning. I was about to say that Michael Brown has stolen 13 bases and has not been caught. As I started it, Jonathan Parker becomes the first man to catch Michael Brown on the base paths. No runs, no hits, no errors, and because of the caught stealing, no men left on base. We played 4 with the Pilots take their swings in the top of the 5th. They'll see a 2-0 lead on the scoreboard. So Oneonta going to play a little bullpen roulette of their own. They'll spin the wheel. It's reliever number 36, Nathan Ryder, on in relief of Cal Lawrence. Ryder, right-handed pitcher, school in Rhode Island. Cal Lawrence goes 2, hits a batter, allows a run. Doesn't walk and doesn't strike out anyone. Still no hits for the Pilots. First batter, Graham Hackworth, takes outside, ball 1. He's 0 for 1, has been hit by a pitch and grounded out to a fielder's choice. Designated hitter tonight for the Pilots. Batting gloves on, the 1-0. Inside and low, counts 2-0. The future Louisiana Tech Bulldog, his future teammate, waits on deck. The 2-0. Line foul, counts 2-1. Hunter Wells next, and if anyone gets on, it'll be Will Alaka, or Will Alaka third if anyone gets on, over here Torres. Hackworth in the right-handed batter's box. Ahead of the 2-1 from Ryder. High. Counts 3 balls and a strike. The Pilots' second baseman, Hackworth. 23 for 94 on the year. Lined foul. Just over the Pilots' dugout. And the count's full. To the leadoff man, their designated hitter, Hackworth. Hackworth also appeared in the game last night at third. He went 2 for 5 with a 2-run scored and an RBI. This one is lined foul as well. Hackworth staying alive, counts 2 balls and 2 strikes. The payoff pitch. Same way, foul. We'll do it again. Three balls, 2 strikes. The leadoff man, Graham Hackworth, who's working a lengthy at-bat. The 8th pitch of the at-bat. Swung on and missed, but the ball gets away from the catcher. Hackworth is going to head it down to first on the strikeout wild pitch. So the first strikeout of the night for Nathan Ryder, but the batter reaches. The Pilots allowed a man to reach on a strikeout wild pitch last night in the loss, and that started an 8-run half inning. See if the Pilots can work a little matchup. They're still looking for their first hit here in the top of the 5th. Just 1 hit on the scoreboard. The 4th different time we've been no hit into the 5th this year. Hackworth leads off first, and Hunter Wells takes outside for ball 1. Wells will be representing the Western Division of the Perfect Game League in the All-Star game on Tuesday. Henry Martinez, the other Pilot, who will be representing in the game. Ryder comes set, looks over at Hackworth, now 1-0. Lined foul out of play the other way. We're even at a ball and a strike. Wells takes the offering from Ryder that misses the zone. Count goes to 2 balls and a strike. Two balls, 1 strike, nobody out. Hackworth leads off first, the 2-1. Off-speed pitch, fired in a strike to Wells, who looked at it. Count is all evened up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. The 2-2, Hackworth goes. Pitch in the dirt. It's going to be a stolen base for Graham Hackworth. Ball gets away. but he was running on the play, so should be scored a stolen base. If it is, in fact, a stolen base, it would be Graham's second in 3 attempts. And it is a stolen base. So Hackbar picks up his second, and now this becomes a RBI opportunity for Hunter Wells. It's a full count of coming to him. He's 0 for 2 with 2 flyouts. Hackbarth leads off second. Payoff pitch misses low, and Hunter Wells will work a walk. The 5th walk of the night for the Pilots. And there's runners on first and second for their big RBI man, Will Alaka. Alaka tied for the team lead with 18 with Peter Battaglia, who's getting the night off. First pitch up coming to Alaka. The corners are in for Oneonta's defense. First baseman Wasilnik in a few steps on the grass. Squares to bunt, gets it down beautifully. The pitcher will field. He will fire to the second baseman, covering first wide. Hackbart's going to come around to score. Wells is going to be held at third. We'll see how they score that one as Hackbart comes around to score. Should be a sac, bunt, and an error. Wells goes all the way up to third, and Alaka ends up at second. Pilots lead at 3-0, still do not have a hit. It's the second error of the night as Torres comes into the dish. Torres digs in, and Oneonta will bring their infield in. Swung on and missed, strike one. It's a sacrifice bunt for Alaka and then an error on the throw, allowing Hackbarth and Alaka and Wells to all move up the extra base. It's an 0-1 count to Torres. Swung on, fouled back, counts 0-2. So Torres behind in the count, no balls and 2 strikes. Leads the team in strikeouts. Ryder from the stretch, the 0-2. Lined into left center field. This is going to be a base hit. 1 run's going to score. Alaka's going to round third. He's going to score. It's a 2 RBI single for Over Torres. The Pilots are in the hit column, and now they have a 5 spot in the run column here in the top of the 5th. So Torres drives in Wells and Alaka, and drives in his 16th and 17th RBIs. Puts him third on the team. Retakes over third place from McKenna, who has an RBI in this game. And it's 5-0. Grounded foul. The count's on 1-2 Parker, who's reached base both times. First time by a walk and second on a hit by pitch. And he scored 2 runs. Pilots have 5 runs on just 1 hit after scoring 17 runs on 22 hits last night. Torres goes. Throw down, not going to be made. It's a stolen base for Torres, his 6th in 8 tries. And the count is 1-1 on Parker. Ryder from the stretch, the 1-1 outside. Counts 2-1. So Alaka was given an RBI by the official scorer on the sack bunt. Should not have been given an RBI, but we'll leave it there for now. Counts now 2-2 to Parker as he fouls this one back. And it was not a stolen base for Torres. It was a wild pitch, so he was running on the play. And they gave him not a stolen base, but a wild pitch. Going to leave it as a stolen base for now in the book. So that's where the prize should have been scored. Ryder from the stretch, the 2-2. Swung on and missed at a pitch in the dirt. Parker down swinging. Throw down to first to complete the strikeout, and there's one away. So 2 missed scores by the official scorer here in Oneonta at Damaski Field. But one helps the Pilots and one hurts them. As a stolen base taken away from Torres, but an RBI given to Alaka, his 19th. First pitch from the stretch, Ryder. Breaking ball to Christian Orr for strike 1. Christian has reached on an error and walked his 2 times up. Looks back at Torres, the 0-1, grounded to short. Fair will charge it, he'll glove it, he'll fire across his body in time for out number 2. Torres moves up to third on the fielder's choice. And there's 2 away. As the 7th batter in the inning, Wei Chi Chen comes up. He's walked and he's sacrificed bunted his first 2 times up. First pitch is bounced. The Pilots' Taiwanese left fielder counts 0-1. From the stretch, it's Ryder, the 1-0. Rounded, back to him. He will hand the ball to the first baseman, Wazelnek, to retire the side. But the Pilots get 3 more runs. 3 runs, they finally get in the hit column. The big one on the 2-run single from Over Torres. 1 error in the inning and 1 man left on base. We head to the bottom of the 5th. Pilots have a 5-0 lead here in Oneonta. Sukarov, Brundage, and Citrali, 5, 6, and 7 off the birthday boy Jordan Miller. First pitch missed, second pitch fired in for strike 1. So it's a 1-1 count on Sukarov. It was a 2-0 count when Brown was caught stealing for the first time on the year to end the bottom of the 4th. The 1-1. Counts 2-1. Everyone here with the NewarkPilots would like to wish Jordan a happy birthday. In fact, his offense got him some presence in the top half of this inning. They got them 3 runs. They finally got into the hit column, and they lead it 5-0. 2-1 pitch missed inside, And the count is 3-1 from Jordan Miller to Matt Sukoroff. It was 0 for 1 tonight. The 3-1. Bounced, ball 4. So the second walk of the night for Miller. And Sukoroff will head down to first as a leadoff base runner.
From Rowland Showers, number 3, Brendan.
Brendan Brundage, right-handed swinging right fielder, flew out to left his first time up. Jordan Miller drops the first pitch for a strike. Brundage from the University of South Carolina upstate. Behind in the count, no balls and no strike. Sukoroff leads off first, being held down by a walk. 3-0-1. Breaking ball, missed a little too far inside, and we're even at a ball and a strike. Sukoroff, not really a threat to steal, has stolen just 1 in 25 games. Off speed, way out in front is Brundage, and he's behind the count, no balls and 2 strikes. Miller fooled him with that breaking ball. Working from the stretch, the 1-2. Outside, and we're even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. 8:34 Eastern time here in Oneonta, New York. Had a little internet delay to start the game. This one grounded to O'Connor. He'll flip to Orr, return throw in time, 2 outs for the price of 1. So this time his defense gets him a present, a 6-4-3 double play for out number 2. Numbers 1 and 2. O'Connor started it, Orr flipped it, and Alaka ended it. And there's 2 away. Just as quick as the leadoff walk, he's erased on the double play. Now goes off speed again to Citrali, the catcher who singled his first time up. The 0-1 inside. Even at a ball and a strike apiece. Jordan Miller working from his windup, the 1-1. Grounded to O'Connor. He will field it. He will fire across the diamond for out number 3. So a 1-2-3 inning for Jordan Miller. No runs, no hits, no errors. And because of the double play, no men left on base, we head to the top of the 6th when the Pilots look up at the scoreboard. They'll see a 5-0 lead here at the Mascot Field when they take their swings. 9, 1, and 2 here for the Pilots in the top of the 6th. Michael O'Connor, Mark McKenna, and Graham Hackberg. Against a new pitcher, Oneonta plays bullpen roulette, spins the wheel, and it's reliever number 19, Danny Hobbs, a righty from Siena. Ryder goes an inning, allows a hit, 3 runs, a walk, and 2 strikeouts. First pitch to O'Connor. Fastball, strike 1. O'Connor struck out looking in the 2nd and then drove it around with an RBI. In the 4th. The 0-1. Grounded foul. Quickly behind in the count, no balls and 2 strikes. Hobbs comes set. The 0-2. High. Counts the ball and 2 strikes. Pilots and Outlaws tied in the hit column at 1. Oneonta leads the error column with 2. And Newark leads the run column with 5. 5 runs on just 1 hit. 5 walks, 2 hit batters, and 2 errors by Oneonta. Counts even at 2 balls and 2 strikes to O'Connor. Grounded up the middle. Fair over. Will not make the play. As the ball goes into center field, see how they score that one. Should be a single for O'Connor. Still no word yet as he reaches base. And it is going to be a single. So it's the 2nd hit of the game for the Pilots. O'Connor's 1 for 3. And we'll flip the lineup back over for Mark McKenna. He is 0 for 2 tonight, batting .310 on the year, 27 for 87. 3rd on the team in hits. First pitch, squares the bunt, pulls it back. This one gets away from the catcher as O'Connor moves up 90 feet. McKenna. So O'Connor is in scoring position. Ahead of the 1-0. Hobbs comes set. Fires the 1-0. McKenna spins out of the way. Count, 2 balls, no strikes. 4 straight out of the zone from Danny Hobbs after getting the first 2 strike calls to O'Connor. The 2-0. Drops a breaking ball in, and the count is 3-0. The 3-0. Swinging on 3-0. Third base coach Franklin Bush green lighted him. The count's 3-1. McKenna has been swinging a hot bat. Reached base 5 times in the marathon loss last night. The 3-1. Taken outside, ball 4. So McKenna works a walk, and the Pilots have their first 2 men on here against Hobbs to start the 6th. And that'll bring up Graham Hackberg. He's hit by a pitch, grounded into a fielder's place, and then struck out and reached via a wild pitch from the top of the 5th. So he's 0 for 2 with a run scored. Pilots have 5 runs on now 2 hits as their first 2 batters have reached. Hackberg scores the ball, pulls it back, and takes high, ball 1. Hackberg had 2 sacrifice bunts last night. Now has 3 on the year. Trails Hunter Wells, who leads the league. 1 out, squares the bunt, pulls it back. 2-0. So Hobbs has come in, struggling to find the zone. Has thrown 12 pitches, just 4 for strikes. It's a 2-0 pitch to Graham Hackbart. Squares the bunt, gets it down this time, but fouled back. The count's now 2-1. So still ahead on Danny Hobbs. McKenna leads off first, O'Connor off second. From the stretch, Hobbs double checks on O'Connor. Squared to bunt, pulled it back. Hackbarth takes again. And the count is 3-1. In danger of walking the bases loaded. Squares the bunt again, the 3-1. Gets it down the third base line. This ball is going to be touched. Foul by Sukharov. And the count is full. Three balls, 2 strikes. 2 runners on. The payoff pitch. Grounded foul. We'll do it again. So the 7th pitch upcoming to Graham Hackbart from Danny Hobbs. Right-hander from Siena. The 4th different pitcher the Outlaws have used tonight. Ryan Smith started it, then Cal Lawrence and Nathan Ryder. The payoff pitch. Fouled it down the right field line. Would do it again. So the 8th pitch of the at-bat upcoming to Graham, the Pilots' designated hitter tonight, who Coach Franklin Bush said possibly makes an appearance on the mound. The payoff pitch. O'Connor goes. Grounded foul, and the next pitch is going to be the 10th of the at-bat. Meeting on the mound between Citrelli, Hobbs, and the home plate umpire. Now they will all head back to their spots. It's another payoff pitch upcoming to Graham Hackbart. O'Connor leads off second, who was going last time, and McKenna off first. We'll see if O'Connor goes again. From the stretch, it's Hobbs. He is not going. Payoff pitch, check to swing, ball 4. So Hackbarth reaches on the walk, and the bases are loaded here to start this 6th. O'Connor moves to third, McKenna to second. And that'll bring up the switch hitting Hunter Wells. 0 for 2 with a walk and a run scored tonight. So Hackbarth wins the 10-pitch at-bat. Now his future Louisiana Tech teammate, Hunter Wells, back at third tonight after getting last night off. First pitch swinging, lines this one into left. It's going to drop. O'Connor's going to score, McKenna's going to score. The ball gets away from Jenkins in left. Hackbart's rounding third. He's going to score. It's a 3-run at-bat for Hunter Wells. Unloads the bases. He stands at second. And now we'll see how they score that one. Should be a 2 RBI single and then a base error that allows Hackbart to score. But we'll see how they decide to rule it here. First pitch swinging, line or loops this one to short. Fair charges, throw pulls the first baseman off the bag, and it's going to be a throwing error that allows a Lockett to reach. Wells moves over on the fielder's choice. Olaka reaches on the E6. And now the manager going to go out and talk to the umpire. 4 errors in the inning. Wells given 3 RBIs on that single. Should be 2 RBIs, and then the E7 allows Hackworth to score and Wells to move up to second. Another error moves up, runners on the corners, and still nobody out. Pilots with an 8-0 lead. From the stretch, Hobbs. This one is bounced. Alaka will head down to second. Counts 1-0. Not sure whether that's defensive indifference, a wild pitch, or a stolen base, so we will have to wait and see how they decide to score that one. For now, it's a 1-0 count to Torres, the 1-0. Grounded slowly to short. The shortstop will cut it off, fire to first, in time for out number 1. But Wells comes around to score on the RBI ground out from Torres, his 3rd RBI of the day, and it's 9-0. Alaka moves to 3rd on the fielder's choice. Wells comes around to score the 4th run of the inning, his 2nd run of the day. It was a stolen base given to Alaka to get down to second. And now Parker's up. 0 for 1 tonight. Runner on 3rd, first pitch swinging to second. Pellegrino will fire to first. Alaka's going to score on the RBI ground out, and it's 10-0. So Parker joins the RBI party. Alaka scores his 2nd run. The Pilots have 10 runs on just 3 hits. And now Christian Orr steps in. Takes strike 1. For the 8th batter to come up in the inning. The Pilots have sent 15 batters up in the last 2 innings and have scored 8 runs. Count to Orr is a ball and a strike. Nobody on now to the Pilots' youngster. They lead it 10-0 after scoring 17 last night. The 1-1. Swung on and missed. Counts 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The 1-2. Grounded slowly to 3rd. Sukharov will charge it and fire across the diamond for out number 3. But the Pilots get 5. 5 runs on 2 hits, 2 errors in the inning, and no one left on base. We head to the bottom of the 6th. Jordan Miller back on the mound. More birthday presents from his offense here at Damaski Field. 8, 9, and 1 for Oneonta here in the bottom of the 6th. First pitch from Jordan Miller, missed high, ball 1. Pilots offense got Miller 5 more birthday presents in the terms of 5 runs in the top half of this inning. Counts now 2-0 to Wasilnik, who has a sacrifice bunt in his only plate appearance tonight. Pilots have scored 10 runs. They have just 3 hits, 4 errors on the Oneonta defense. As the count is now quickly 3-0. Miller's given up 2 walks, but has faced just 6 batters. 1 walk has been retired on a double play, and 1 on a caught steal. Count is now 3-1 to Wasilnik. The 3-1. Popped back foul, and the count is full. The payoff pitch. Strike 3, Wasilnik down looking for out number 1. So Miller starts with 3 straight out of the zone, then fires 3 straight in the zone. Wasilnik looks at that one. And there's 1 away. Miller already ready to fire the next pitch. Ahead of this at-bat to Dorian Jenkins. First pitch out of the zone, counts 1-0. Sitting underneath the press box here at Gimnaski Field as Jenkins grounds this one foul in the back of the bleachers behind home plate. It's a 1-1 count to Jenkins, who grounded out to Chris Vitale his first time up. Vitale started this game, he went 3. Jordan Miller now in his 3rd inning in relief. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Breaking ball way outside. Counts 2 balls and a strike. The 2-1. Low. Count goes to 3 balls and 1 strike. The 3-1. Ball 4. So Jenkins works a walk, the 3rd walk issued by Jordan Miller, and there's runners on first with 1 out.
Back to the top of the order, number 18, Ben.
That'll flip the lineup towards the top for Benjamin Dubas, left-handed swinger designated hitter, is 0 for 2 tonight. Runner leads off first, throw over by Miller. Jenkins back in safely. Dorian Jenkins has stolen just 1 base in 2 attempts. He's being held on by a locker. Miller from the stretch. Throws over again. Jenkins back in safely again. First pitch to Hobbs. To Dubas is bounced. Counts 1-0. The 1-0. Missed high. Counts 2-0. Pilots with a 10-0 lead. They got 5 in the top half of this inning on just 2 hits. Oneonta's defense has made 4 errors in the game. This one is popped up. Playable for Parker behind home plate. He will not make the play in front of the screen. Just runs out of room. And it's strike 1. Jordan Miller working here on his birthday. The birthday boy from New Iberia, Louisiana, and Coastal Alabama Community College. is working in his third inning of relief. Has struck out a batter, has walked 3, and has faced just 9 so far. Both walks have been erased on the base bats, 1 on a caught stealing and 1 on a double play. See if Miller can find a way to erase this one. The 2-1. Outside corner, we're evened up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Ben Dubas, the designated hitter from Alverny. The 2-2. Bounced in front of Parker, who can't find it, but the ball does not get away. The count's full. See if that starts Jenkins at first. Miller comes set from the stretch. Runner goes. Payoff pitch popped up the other way. Chen back now comes in. He finds it. He gloves it and makes the play for out number 2. Jenkins heads back to first. And that'll bring up Ian Fair, the shortstop. Made an error in that 5-run inning for the Pilots. He digs in. First pitch, swung on, fouled back the other way. Counts 1-0. Bottom of the 6th. Pilots lead 10-0. Miller looking to strand the walk. This one is bounced to Parker, and we're even at a ball and a strike. The 1-1. Breaking ball lined into left. Sends Chen back. He finds it. He gloves it. And he makes the play for out number 3. No runs, no hits, no errors, and the 1-out walk is wasted. We played 6. When the Pilots take their swings in the top of the 7th, they'll look up and see a 10-0 lead on the scoreboard. Here at the Massey Field. Welcome back. Top of the 7th inning. 8-9-1 for the Pilots. Wei Chi Chen takes a first pitch for ball 1. Back to playing bullpen roulette for Oneonta. Spin the wheel. It's reliever number 16, Michael White. Danny Hobb goes in inning. 2 hits, 5 runs, 2 walks. 1-0 pitch bounced. And the count is 2-0 on Wei Chi Chen. Swings at the 2-0, and the count is now 2-1. Ten runs, 3 hits for the Pilots. 3 runs, or no runs, 1 hit, 4 errors for Oneonta. Chen swings through a fastball from the new pitcher White. Count goes to 2 balls and 2 strikes. Now pops this one up. Sends the first baseman and the second baseman back. Wozniak will drop the ball in front of the Pilots' pen. And the count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes. So Chen will live to see another pitch. Here in this half inning. From the stretch, White, the 2-2. Breaking ball, taken high. The count is full. Out-of-town scoreboard, Elmira beat Onondaga in Game 1, 7-6. Adirondack beat Utica 5-4. Chen swings through the off-speed pitch, so 1 away, 1 batter retired for White. Elmira leads Onondaga in Game 2 in the bottom of the 4th.
From the University of Buffalo, number 10, Michael Connor.
And Adirondack leads Utica 3-0 in Game 2 of their game. Geneva leads Jamestown 5-4 in the top of the 8th. O'Connor takes strike 1 outside. Now it's on 1. We'll be in Jamestown tomorrow night to round out before we head to the All-Star break. O'Connor looks at, now it's 0-2. O'Connor is 1 for 3 with a single, an RBI, and a run scored. He's also struck out. The 0-2. 3, O'Connor down, looking. Back-to-back strikeouts from Michael White to start this 7th. And there's 2 Pilots that retired. As Mark McKenna steps up to
Number 25, Mark
left-handed
McKenna.
swinging center fielder is 0 for 2 tonight with 2 walks. An RBI and a run scored. Counts 1-0. The 1-0. Bounced again. McKenna ahead in the count, 2-0. No one warming in the pen, so it appears the 7th will also be Jordan Miller's. Some more gifts for the Pilots righty on his birthday. Counts now 3-0 to McKenna. From the windup, strike 1. Michael White working, the 5th different pitcher used for Oneonta tonight. The 3-1. Ball 4. So Mark McKenna works a walk, his 3rd walk of the night. And the Pilots have a 2-out base runner as Graham Hackbart steps up to the dish.
Here's number 16, Graham Hackbart.
First pitch to Hackbart, taken, strike 1. Graham has been hit by a pitch, he's walked, and he's struck out. But reached on a K-Wild pitch, so he scored 2 runs. He's 0 for 2. First, the 0-1 drops in a breaking ball. Count is no balls and 2 strikes. 2 outs, top of the 7th inning. From the stretch, Hackbarth pops it up. Sends Wasilnik back. He will run out of room as this ball lands off the top of the 10th foul in right field off the playing surface. Hackbarth will get another pitch.
he was going down like this.
The 0-2. Popped up again. This time playable. Will Selnick, the first baseman, will call for it in foul territory. He will make the play for out number 3. No runs, no hits, no errors, and the 2-out walk wasted. We head to the bottom of the 7th. Pilots in control with a 10-0 lead here at the Maskey Field in Oneonta. Michael Brown, Stone Pellegrino, and Matt Superloff here to face Jordan Miller on in his 4th inning of relief here on his birthday. First pitch swinging is Brown, fouls it back. Count is 0-1. Brown has grounded out and walked against. The walk came against Miller. He was then erased on the base paths, caught stealing for the first time all year. Had been 13 for 13. Counts that even at a ball and a strike. Parker and Christian Orr teamed up to retire Brown on the base paths. Miller will work from the windup, the 1-1. Breaking ball way inside, almost lit. Count is 2 balls and a strike. Two balls, 1 strike to the leadoff man, Michael Brown. This one lined into left. Shen in, he will not get there. Brown's going to round first. He's going to head to second. The throw is way over his head, cut off by a lockup. It's a leadoff double for Michael Brown, the first hit that Jordan Miller has given up tonight.
Make some noise for number 27, Stone Pellegrino.
To bring up Stone Pellegrino. The second baseman is 0 for 2 tonight. The hit for Brown, just the second hit of the ball game for the Outlaws. Newark has 3, but the Pilots have 10 runs. Miller from the stretch. This one lined into left, sends Chen back. Still back, he finds it, he gloves it. Runner tagging from second. Throw not going to be in time. So there's 1 out, and Brown moves up 90 to third. And that'll bring up Matt Superloff. Struck out swinging and walked in his first 2 at-bats. Brown leads off third. Swung on and missed by Superloff. Counts 0-1. Brown is the first base runner to make it to third for Oneonta tonight. First one to make it to second since the top of the 3rd. This one lined into left. It's going to be an RBI single for Superloff. Brown's going to come around the score, and the Outlaws are on the scoreboard. It's 10-1.
And badge box number 3, Brandon.
So the RBI for Sukharov, that's his 9th. The run for Brown is his 17th. And Oneonta is on the scoreboard. We're now tied in the hit column at 3. Pilots, after 22 hits last night, have just 3 tonight, but have scored 10 runs. First pitch was a called strike from Jordan Miller. Count zone 1. A 1 is bounced. Parker blocks it. We're even at a ball and strike. Add the 1 in the out column and the 1 on the run column. Even the 1 runner on base. We got 1s all around. This one grounded to third. Wells cuts it off, fires to Orr at second for out number 1. So Brundage retired and there's 2 away. Orr walked off the base paths thinking there were 3 outs, but no chance to get Brundage sprinting down first to turn the double play. And that'll bring up Greg Citrali. First pitch swinging, pops it up. O'Connor back, McKenna in. McKenna will call for it. He will make the play for out number 3. But the Outlaws get on the scoreboard. 1 run, 2 hits, no errors, and 1 man left on base. We played 7. Pilots still in control. They lead it 10-1. Pilots looking to end their mini 2-game losing streak are in a good position. They lead it 10-1 here to start the top of the 8th inning. It'll be Hunter Wells, Villalaka, and Over Torres against Michael White. First pitch outside, ball 1. Jordan Miller, who had given up no runs and no hits through his first 3 innings, gave up a run on 2 hits in the last half inning. Wells grounds it to Fair at short, who fires across the diamond for out number 1. So Hunter Wells retired. He is 1 for 4. Now to bring up Villalaka. The first baseman tonight is 0 for 3. He'll be representing the Eastern or the Western Division and the Newark Pilots in the prospect game next week on Tuesday night in Amsterdam. Swung on and fouled back the first pitch. He's behind in the count. No balls and 1 strike. Taken high. And we're even at a ball and strike. Add the 1 in the out column, and there's ones across the top of the scoreboard. This one is popped up. Sends fair back. Jenkins in. The left fielder will call for it. He will make the play for out number 2. So Michael White, working in his 2nd inning of relief, has retired the first 2 here after retiring 3 of 4 in the top of the 7th. Just a 2-out walk to McKenna, the only base runner to reach against him. The batter is Over Torres. First pitch swinging, grounded to third. Sukharov will play it on a hop. He will fire across the diamond for out number 3. So the Pilots go 1-2-3 here for the 2nd time tonight. We head into the bottom of the 8th. Still in control. It's 10-1 here at the Maskey Field. Bullpen roulette time for the Newark Pilots. Spin the wheel, and it's position player number 9. It's Po Chuan Pan will take over on the mound. Jordan Miller goes 4, allows 2 hits, 3 walks, a strikeout, and a run to end the shutout. The run came in the last half inning and an RBI single from Sukharov. Po Chuan Pan started last night behind the plate in the marathon of the game. He went 1 for 5 with a run scored and an RBI. Here he's making his first relief appearance on the mound. First pitch swinging, lined in to right. Sends Torres back. This one gets over his head. Not sure why he was playing so shallow. Sukharov, or Wasselnack, make that, is going to end up all the way at third. On the first pitch from Po. And now there's a batter on third to start off this inning. It's going to be a triple. So some home cooking for Connor Wasselnack, as he's now 1 for 2. Not sure if Torres just wasn't ready for that, or if he was told to play so shallow. That ball easily made it over his head. And now 1 pitch, and there's a base runner. Now the batter is Dorian Jenkins, 0 for 1 with a walk tonight. Po will go from the windup now. Counts 1-0. Po, the second different Taiwanese-born right-hander to pitch for the Pilots. Wong started last night. Swung on and missed. Jenkins counts 1-1. Po, the third different Pilot pitcher tonight. First position player, the 1-1. Popped up. Parker will give it a look. It will land foul out of play. Jenkins behind in the count, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Poe from the stretch. The 1-2 grounded the other way. Foul, and we'll do it again. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The leadoff man, Wasselnack, reached on a triple off of Poe on the first pitch he threw. Poe from the windup. The 1-2. Fouled back. We'll do it again. 10 runs, 3 hits, no errors for the Pilots. 1 run, 4 hits, 4 errors for Oneonta. Swung on and missed the strike 3. Jenkins down swinging. So the catcher, Poe, comes in and gets his first strikeout as we flip the lineup back over for the designated hitter, Dubas.
From Alberta University, number 18, Ben Dubas.
Dubas is 0 for 3 tonight. First pitch. Popped up. Out of play. And the count's 0-1 to the leadoff man, Dubas. Dubas steps out ahead of the 0-1 from Poe. Drops in a breaking ball. Counts 0-2. It's 22 hits and 17 runs last night. Just 3 hits tonight, but they put up 10. They lead it 10-1. The 0-2. Taken high. 1-1. Vitale started this one off, goes 3. Jordan Miller then goes 4. And now 5 outs left. Poe on the mound. The 1-2. Lined into center field. Sends McKenna back. Still back. This ball is going to be caught in center. It's going to be a run as Wasselnack will tag. It's a sacrifice fly and an RBI for Benjamin Dubas. And it's 10-2. So Dubas picks up an RBI. It's his 13th RBI of the year, and now the batter is Ian Fair. Up here in the bottom of the 8th with no one on. First pitch, an excuse me swing. Fouls it back. And the count is 0-1. From the windup, bounced. We're even at a ball and a strike. 1 run in this inning, so Oneonta has scored in consecutive half innings. Last inning on a single, this time on a sacrifice fly. No batters on, 2 outs. This one from Poe, lined into center field deep. Sends McKenna back. He will make the play just shy of the 401 sign in center field. So Poe gives up just 1 run in the bottom of the 8th. 1 run, 1 hit, no errors, and no man left on base. When the Pilots look up and take their swings in the top of the 9th, they will see a 10-2 lead on the scoreboard here at Demaski Field in Oneonta, New York. Michael White goes 2 innings, no hits, 2 strikeouts, and a walk. Bullpen roulette time now for Oneonta. Spin the wheel. It's position player number 3, Brendan Brundage, moves from right field and now will take over on the mound. He's appearing in his 3rd game, 3 innings pitched, 4 hits, 4 runs, 2 earned, 2 walks, a strikeout. And he has a 6.00 ERA. He'll work from the stretch to Parker Orr and Chen. Count is now 0-1. To Jonathan Parker. Brundage, the 0-1. Bounced. We're even at a ball and a strike. Poe came in and pitched in relief in the bottom of the 8th. Gave up a run on a sacrifice fly and a triple. Benjamin Dubas comes out of the designated hitter spot and takes over in right. So Oneonta sacrifices their designated hitter. Count is now 2-1. Or excuse me, Dubas, the designated hitter, takes over in right, and Brundage, the right fielder, on the mound. This one misses again, and it's 3-1 to Jonathan Parker. Brundage from UC Upstate, the 6th different Outlaw pitcher tonight. The 3-1. Upstairs, ball 4. After a first pitch strike, it's 4 straight out of the zone, and the Pilots have their leadoff base runner on here in the top of the 9th. Surrendered an 8-run inning last night and gave up 18 runs, so no lead too big for Newark as we head to the final frame. An 8-run lead right now, it's 10-2. The batter is Christian Orr. 0 for 3 tonight. Takes strike 1 from Dubas. The 0-1. Popped up the other way. We'll send the first baseman Wasselnick back. He will run out of room as this ball lands foul. And the count was 0-2. Pilots looking to end their mini 2-game slide here on the 5th game of this 6-game road trip. The 0-2. Upstairs counts 1-2. Two and 2 so far on this road trip. Wins in Adirondack and Geneva. Losses in Elmira and Amsterdam. The 1-2. Outside, and the count is 2 balls and 2 strikes. To the youngest pilot, Christian Orr. Parker leads off first, being held on by Wasselnick. 2-2 popped up. Playable behind home plate. Laziness by the catcher, Sacchertelli. Didn't even attempt to look for it. The third baseman, Sukharov, and the pitcher both pointed towards it off the mound. And that's what happens when you assume. Bad things start to happen. Not that it's been a good game for Oneonta. They trail by 8 right now, but can't be giving away outs at this stage in the game. Top of the 9th. 1 runner on. Christian Orr given another chance. Let's see if he can make him pay. The 2-2. A little bit of an excuse me swing. Thought that one was going to hit him on the hands. Instead, it's fouled back, and we'll do it again. Parker leads off first, being held on by Wasselnick. The 2-2. Upstairs, ball 3. So Brundage forced to throw some extra pitches to Christian Orr. And the count is full. The payoff pitch. Outside, ball 4. The misplay in the field comes back to bite Brundage. Orr reaches on the walk. His second walk of the night. Chen. Wei Chi Chen is 0 for 2 with a strikeout, a sac bunt, and
Number
A
11,
walk tonight.
Wei Chen.
The left fielder waits. First pitch from Brundage. Strike one. So a leadoff walk to Parker. Then on a 2-2 pitch, a playable pop-up behind home plate. The catcher lets it drop and then or ends up working a walk. The 0-1. Grounded up the middle. Past the glove of fair into center. Parker's going to round third. He's going to score. It's an RBI single for Wei Chen. It's 11-2, and there's still nobody out. Third run of the night for Jonathan Parker. The first RBI for Wei Chen. That's Chen's 6th hit and 3rd RBI of the year, and it'll bring up Michael O'Connor. The shortstop is 1 for 4 tonight. Takes high, ball 1. That was the 4th hit of the night for the Pilots, so they tie us up in the hit column. They still lead in the run column by 9. O'Connor fouls this one back the other way. Counts 1 ball and a strike. So 2 walks in this inning. The Pilots have 10 walks. They've been hit twice, 4 errors and 4 hits. Have led to these 11 runs. Counts 1-1 on the number 9 hitter, Michael O'Connor, the shortstop. RBI in this game. Takes high, counts 2-1. And has the best eye on this Pilots team. Has walked a team high 16 times as he fouls this one back. And we're evened up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Shortstop O'Connor. Their left fielder Chen leads off first, and their second baseman Orr leads off second. The 2-2. Foul tipped off the mask of the catcher, and we'll do it again. No lead too big for the Pilots as we head to the bottom of the ninth. Still have to get the final 3 outs. The game is not over till all 27 outs are made. The 2-2. O'Connor checks the swing, and they're going to say he went around. Not really sure he did, but the home plate umpire probably wants to get out of here as bad as some of these fans do. O'Connor strikes out for the 3rd time tonight. No argument from either of the Pilots coaches, and that'll bring up Mark McKenna, who is 0 for 2 with 3 walks tonight, as also has an RBI to run scored. It's a 1-0 count to him. The 1-0. Counts 2-0. So O'Connor's strikeout cost the Pilots a base run, although they were granted a base runner on the catcher's misplay behind home plate. Swung on, foul tipped off the mask. Counts 2 balls and a strike to the Pilots center fielder, Mark McKenna. Pilots looking to end their 2-game losing streak. Have to make just 3 outs in the field to do so. They lead it 11-2. No lead too big for Newark. Brundage from the stretch, the 2-1. Inside, gets the corner. McKenna spins out of the way and takes this one for strike 2. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 runners on. Brundage comes set. The 2-2. Grounded. Past the second baseman. Orr is going to round third. He is going to score. It's an RBI single for Mark McKenna, and the Pilots are back up by 10. The first hit for McKenna tonight, he's 1 for 3, drives in his 2nd run. Orr comes around to score his 1st run.
Number 16, Graham Hackbarth.
And that'll bring up the designated hitter, Graham Hackbarth. It's 12-2 Pilots. That was their 5th hit of the ballgame. Still just 1 away. First pitch swung on and missed by Graham. Counts 0-1. Hackbird is 0 for 3 tonight. He's been hit and he's walked. And has scored 2 runs. The 0-1. Swung on and missed. Counts 0-2. Pilots have now scored 29 runs in their last 19 innings at the plate. The 0-2. Lined into center field. This ball is going to drop. Chen had to hold up. Wasn't sure if that ball was going to be caught or not. It's a single for Graham Hackbarth, and the bases are full of Pilots. McKenna on second, Chen on third, and now the switch-hitting third baseman, Hunter Wells. 1 for 4 tonight with 2 runs scored, a walk, and 2 runs driven in. Had a 2 RBI single in the top of the 6th. Brundage worked himself into some trouble. Counts 1-0. Pilots had 3 hits coming into this inning. They have 3 hits in this half inning. This one is lined into left center field. Jenkins back. He will make the play. Chen will tag from third. It's a sac fly and an RBI from Hunter Wells, and it's 13-2. So Chen joins the run column. Just over Torres, the only Pilot without a run. It's a sac fly F7 for Wells as Alaka steps up. So Wells drives in his 3rd run of the night. Ties him with Torres for the team RBI lead on the game. Still runners on first and second with 2 away for Will Alaka, the Pilots' first baseman tonight. Was the designated hitter last night. And the catcher in Amsterdam. So 3 different positions in 2 days, or in 3 days, and he has a 3-0 count, or 2-0 count. The 2-0. Popped back foul. Counts 2-1. The 8th Pilots hitter to come up to the plate in this half inning. They've scored 3 runs on 3 hits off of Brundage. Comes set, the 2-1. Popped up. Playable for Wasselneck. In foul territory, he will make the play for out number 3. But the Pilots get 3 more. They go back up by double digits. 3 runs, 3 hits, 2 walks, no errors, and 2 man left on base. We head to the bottom of the 9th. 3 outs away from heading home with a win here at Damaski Field in Oneonta, New York.
Number 23, Michael Brown.
Welcome back, bottom of the 9th. Pilots put 3 up in the top half of this inning on 3 hits to extend their lead to 11. The final 3 outs they have to get Poe back on the mound to get him. He'll face Michael Brown, Stone Pellegrino, and Matt Sukharov. If anyone gets on, Brendan Brundage. First pitch from Poe. Strike one. Brown is 1 for 2 with a double, a walk, and a caught stealing. The first time he's been caught on the base paths this year. The 0-1. Counts 1-1. The win in this game would go to Jordan Miller, who pitched 4 innings in relief, and the loss to Ryan Smith, who started this game way back in the first. 1-1 pitch from Poe is bounced. Counts 2-1. Two balls and 1 strike. Poe from the windup. Swung on, foul tipped into the glove of Parker. Counts 2 balls and 2 strikes. 13 runs, 6 hits for Newark. Yep, you heard that right. 13 runs on just 6 hits. 2 walks, 4 errors, 4 hits for Oneonta. Strike 3. Brown down, looking for out number 1. Home plate umpire asks if he needs any help. He says, "No, sir, I'm just looking." And Oneonta is down to their final 2 outs.
Number 27, Stone Pellegrino.
And that'll bring up Stone Pellegrino, the second baseman, 0 for 3 tonight. 2 outs away from going to 12-26 from the windup. Low. Ball 1. The loss would drop Oneonta to 9-23. The win for Miller would be a great birthday present as we head home back to Newark. The 1-0. Popped up at a play. Counts 1-1. Add the 1 in the out column, and there's 1s across the top of the scoreboard. Pilots lead this one 13-2. Scored an even 30 runs in their last 2 games. The 1-1. Counts 2-1. Have a tough one tomorrow in Jamestown. The number 4 nationally ranked collegiate baseball team beat them last week at home on Saturday, 13-10, in a game that the Pilots once led very big. Jamestown ended up bringing the tying run to the plate. Pellegrino now behind in the count, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Pilots just 2 outs away from leaving here with a win. The 2-2. Lined into right. This ball is going to drop in front of Torres. It's a 1-out single from Stone Pellegrino. And that'll bring up Matt Sukharov.
Here's number 5, Aaron Green.
For correction, we're going to have a pinch hitter. It's going to be Freed for the Outlaws. So Sukharov's night is over. As Adam Freed comes up to face Poe. First pitch, upstairs, ball 1. The 1-0. Rounded foul. Ball and a strike. Add the 1 in the out column, and there's 1s across the top of the scoreboard. Speed is 12 for 55, batting just .218 on the year. Swung on and missed. Counts 1-2. Poe pitched to a 1-run bottom of the 8th, gave up a hit. The run scored on a sacrifice fly. The hit was a triple. The 1-2. Lined foul. And we'll do it again. 1 ball, 2 strikes to the pinch hitter, Aaron Freed. Pilots 2 outs away from heading home with a victory. Swung on and foul tipped. Parker could not hold on, and we'll do the 1-2 again. Poe comes set. The 1-2. Missed. We're even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Two balls, 2 strikes. The 2-2. We'll do it again. The 2-2. Swung on and missed strike 3. The pinch hitter freed down swinging, and Oneonta is down to their final out tonight.
Number 3, Brendan Brundage.
And the batter will be Brendan Brundage. He is 0 for 3 tonight. Takes ball 1. Brundage pitched the top of the 9th, gave up 3 runs. This one is lined into right center field. It's going to drop. Brundage is going to round first. He's going to stay right there. Pellegrino's going to round second. He's going to head to third. So runners on the corners with 2 outs. As Cetrelli steps up to the plate.
Number 17, Rex Cetrelli.
First pitch swinging, fouls it back, counts 0-1. A win. It's an 0-1 count. The 0-1. Lined into left. This ball is going to land just foul. And the Outlaws are down to their final strike tonight. About an inch away from being trouble. Cetrelli, but it lands foul. And the count is 0-2 to the Outlaws catcher. Win goes to Jordan Miller, loss to Ryan Smith. Poe will work from the stretch. The 0-2. Popped up, we'll do it again. Poe from the stretch. Taken low, counts even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Or make that was ball 1. Connors or Greg Cetrelli, the last chance. The 1-2. Foul tipped off the glove of Parker. And we will do it again. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runners on the corners. From the stretch, it's Poe. The 1-2. Looked good again, and we're all evened up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Add the 2 in the out column, and there's 2s across the top of the scoreboard. The 2-2. Grounded slowly to Christian Orr. He will charge it. He will flip to first, and the game is over. The Pilots will leave Oneonta with their 12th win on the year. Final inning for Poe, no runs, 2 hits, no errors, and 2 men left on base. It was all Pilots from the start. Scored 1 in the second, 1 in the fourth, and then 8 between the 5th and the 6th. 3 in the 5th, 5 in the 6th to post a 10-0 lead. Vitale worked a magnificent 3 innings. Struck out 3, allowed just 1 base runner. Jordan Miller comes in, works 4 innings, gives up 2 hits, a run, 3 walks, and a strikeout to pick up the win. He gives way to Poe, who gets the final 6 outs His offense helps him out in the top of the ninth with 3 runs to go up 13-2. And the Pilots are going to head back home, winners of this one. We'll be in Jamestown tomorrow, 3:05 Eastern start time. Signing off from Damaski Field in Oneonta, New York for the Newark Pilots Radio Network. I am Frank LaSala. Good night.